Hello NPL Victoria fans, and welcome to Olympic Village as Heidelberg get ready to take on Green Gully, as both sides are entrenched in this top six at the moment. But Olympic Village has not been a happy hunting ground for Green Gully in the NPL era. They have yet to record a victory against the Warriors. My name is Chris Gleeson, and welcome for the first time in the NPL Victoria streams, the man from... People know him from FNR's, the Pioneers, and also My World Is Round, if you've seen him on Facebook, on YouTube, with some great content on the history of Australian football. George Kotsanis, welcome to the commentary.
Thanks, Chris. Great to be here. Really great to be here.
And should, Heidelberg in second place can sort of bridge the gap with Avondale a little bit, with Avondale, I believe, playing tomorrow, are they? Yes, so Avondale are playing tomorrow, so...
That's a big game for both these teams. Crucial, yeah, with both of them, with top six aspirations. Heidelberg mainly for the title, you'd think, and Gully trying to consolidate in the top six. So crucial game, especially with Gully's loss last week as well. So
it sets up a very interesting game. As you said, Green Gully do have the possibility of slipping out of the top six if they can't pick up a few of these wins, and it's a big test for them. And we'll quickly go through the lineups before we get away, and it's George Katsakis' Heidelberg United side have made just the one change, with Les Dumbalis dropping out of the squad and Ruben Way back into the starting lineup after missing the last week's game against Pascoe Vale with a red card. So the back line for Heidelberg, Chris Theodorides in goal, with a back four of Ruben Way, Stephen Pace, Luke Biles and Josh Wilkins. In midfield, Adrian Zara, Paul O'Brien and Sean Ellis, with Harry Noon in front of them, with Sean Ellis, Lucas Derricks on the wing, with Tom Cahill, who got a brace against Pascoe Vale last week, leading the line. Brendan White is on the bench as the reserve keeper, with Peter Deng, Anthony Katanos, Luka Ninkovic for his first taste of NPL Victoria after coming over from Western Australia, and Alex Schiavo back on the bench after missing a chunk of football with a knee injury. For Green Gully, starting in goal is Jared Tyson, with a back four of Jordan Lampard, Tim Purcell, Jordan Hall and Jeremy Walker. Tim Purcell into the starting lineup for the suspended Daniel Jones, who has 5 yellow cards. In midfield, it's Nick Kalmar, Jonathan Boonis and Jay Davies, with Matthew Breeze returning to the club. He started last week and be starting out wide again tonight. Andy Brennan is starting for T-Boy Kamara, and Alex Salmon, one of the real stars in the NPL Victoria this year, scoring 12 goals already, leading the line.
He has been a bit of a star, hasn't he? But he's an exceptional player. He's a great finisher, a really good finisher, accomplished finisher. But I actually like his lead-up work, and he's pretty quick, and he's pretty good at closing down defences and applying pressure. So he's got a lot more than one string to the bow, that young fella.
And for the Green Gully bench, Lucas Spinella, the backup keeper, with Matthew Fletcher, T-Boy Kamara and William Siamas, with Adusu Bayu, who did play in the 20s. He's named on the bench. We'll wait to see if that takes place. As Adam Bavkar is the man in the middle, with his assistants Max Hanlon, Ross Clark, and a fourth official is Anastasios Dimitroulis. So both sides having a little bit of a warm-up. It is a delayed kickoff so far. So a little bit more warming up for the guys, as we can see the fog starting to come through a little bit. It will come later in this game, as it seems to do at Olympic Village.
It's a bit of a fresh night.
And you can also keep a hold of all the comments here in the Facebook stream. And we are just about ready for kickoff. And we are away in NPL Victoria's Green Gully. Get it started. The ball goes out for an early throw for Jeremy Walker to come over and take. So it is Tim Purcell starting as centre-back tonight. It's a bit of a makeshift position for Green Gully, who don't really have a huge amount of depth at centre-back in their squad.
No, well, this is probably about the third or fourth different position Purcell's found himself in this season. He's played right back, he's played in the centre of midfield, and now he's in the centre of defence. So, if anything, he's proving his versatility.
And it's with such small squads, these versatility players are... you see that even in the A-League with somebody like a Lee Broxton who can play different positions. It's very important to have that in the squad.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. Coach's dream.
The ball finds its way to Harry Noon. Looking for Cahill, and a strong challenge comes in there from Jay Davies, and out for an early throw for Heidelberg, and Joshua, in fact, Ruben Way to throw it in. Ball finds its way to Cahill, trying to turn. And in the end, Green Gully get it back, and now Lampard up the line will get Davies. Stephen Pace at his back. And wins the ball as a veteran defender. Gives up the ball cheaply, though, on this occasion. In the end, Heidelberg get the throw. A few challenges flying in early as you...
Yeah, bit cagey, everyone. Just waiting to see. There's not a lot of space out there or time. So, interesting to see which team settles first.
And both sides are quite physical sides, especially Green Gully have taken that mantle up a little bit this year.
Well, if you're going to beat Heidelberg and compete with Heidelberg, you know you're going to be in a pretty decent fight. So Gully will need to bring that here if they're going to turn those... well, like you said, they haven't won here for how long? So they're going to have to be strong.
Jay Davies under a bit of pressure at the turn, but now it's going to work out. And Breeze, can he keep it in play? He can't. He's in an acre of space, just the pass. It's pretty ill-directed.
Yeah, not the right weight that Nicky Kalmar really wanted on that pass, because Heidelberg had left a big gap there.
We are live and interactive on Facebook as well, so you can always drop through a comment. Let us know where you're watching the game from and your thoughts either on this game or around the league of NPL Victoria. One of 3 games kicking off at the same time. We'll keep you across all the scores. And also at 7 o'clock tonight, we've also got another game kicking off in NPL Victoria. But it's Avondale with the early lead against Port Melbourne. The ball's played forward. To the channel. Brennan trying to cross it in. Finds Kalmar. Now Lampard. Chance for Salmon. Flicks the header on, and Theodorides makes the save. It's well-timed cross. Great header, and Theodorides, bottom corner, gets it away for a corner.
It was an exceptional save, that, especially off a wet, skiddy surface, and a great glancing header from Salmon from a really nice ball there from Breeze, who cut in on his right foot and put in a really well-weighted cross that just needed that glancing header.
It's a great opportunity, but now it's Kalmar to fire it in towards the penalty spot, and Heidelberg get it clear. Derricks keeps it alive, and now Ruben Way can stout the counter-attack for Heidelberg. So it boils on the outside, just eventually it finds its way there. Can the left-footed centre-back whip it? Dangerous ball in, he can. Over the top of Cahill's head. Ellis will keep it alive. Finds the support. Wilkins looking for Cahill and Derricks, and in the end, Green Gully get it clear. Great ball out wide. Andy Brennan. Got Kalmar forward, couldn't find the right pass. Great tempo to this game early. Sean Ellis, centre circle to himself. Cahill just couldn't lay it off. And Ellis wins it back though. Both sides struggling to hold on to possession, and it's very quick start from both sides.
Yes, no, it's pretty explosive, and both sides are showing their intent, wanting to attack, definitely.
Kalmar, Jay Davies, and now Lampard and Bunis. Fires it into the feet of Salmon. Controlled it well and find Jay Davies. Green Gully now slow things up, get into a passing mood. The ball seems to be played off the big body of Bunis and out for a Heidelberg throw. Throw into midfield. Noon gets it forward. And Davies, he's been busy early in this game. And the clearing ball works out well for Green Gully. Now Brennan. Another cross in for Salmon. Too heavy that time and straight at Theodorides. But Green Gully starting to get their quick passes going.
Yeah, you can see they're trying to get the ball out wide to Breeze and Brennan every opportunity and whipping in some early balls. And that's, at this stage, causing troubles for Heidelberg.
Walker just tried to cushion the pass and couldn't find Brennan. Out for another Heidelberg throw. Ruben Way wastes no time. Looking for Cahill, Purcell. Both were former teammates for a little period at the Melbourne Knights. Salmon wins it back and the ball for Breeze is cut out. And Stephen Pace and Luke Biles will just slow things down for the moment. Now Wilkins. Ellis through looking for Wilkins. Great control to Noon. Crosses it in for Cahill. Purcell wins that header. Now Green Gully can look to move forward. Jeremy Walker. Salmon with 3 yellow shirts around him and gives away the foul.
Very quick to move it on. Again, both sides showing their intent.
As Harry Noon slides in and now the field opens up. Should be offside there against Breeze, but very high line from Heidelberg.
Yeah, it was, and as you can see, that Boonis, who's got that passing range, can expose you from there. So if the timing is right on that run, Heidelberg could be in trouble with that high line.
And it's been a problem for Heidelberg in the last few games. His side's pressing really high on them, making it hard to play out from the back, forcing them to play long. And Tom Cahill has shown how good he is holding the ball up, but even at his size, it hasn't been a really effective tactic in the last few weeks. And Heidelberg, trying to play through midfield, have made mistakes, and we saw that with their last home game against South Melbourne, where they turned the ball over cheaply from the back 3 times, and sides with a bit of pace going the other way can cause them problems. Yeah,
that can happen, and if they're a physical side, they're a strong side, and I don't say that they get exposed by quicker sides, but they can do, for sure.
As Biles will head that ball away. Cahill finds the support in Noon. Very tight areas Heidelberg are working in, and now Ruben Wayne can switch it. Ellis the target. Lampard wins that header. Up goes Breeze and go out for a Heidelberg throw. And see, there's has been a bit of rain around Melbourne the last few days, and the pitch is a little bit waterlogged. Players are slipping over a little bit. It's never been the best drained sort of surface as Olympic Village, but they have done a little bit of work in recent years to try to rectify things.
Certainly improved.
Now it's Brennan. Goes himself, Andy Brennan! What an opportunity that was for Green Gully, who've come close twice in this game.
Slick passing through the midfield and, again, moving the ball quickly. And you want Brennan facing the opposition and running at them with his explosive speed. And it was a great shot, just that little bit wide. And I reckon the keeper might have had it covered.
It's 2 big opportunities. Theodorides this time sees the ball goes the right side of the post for his liking. Eric fights for it in midfield, Brennan. And in the end, it's just cleared away by Paul O'Brien.
Yeah, you don't want Andy Brennan turning and running at you if you're the last man in defence. His speed's explosive. Hasn't got the confidence back yet since the second hamstring injury, but I reckon once he gets his confidence in his body, again, he will be a threat with that speed.
Sliding challenge by Brennan. Kalmar. Now Breeze just couldn't reel it in. And Wilkins will just lay it to Alice. Just had to drop deep. Now O'Brien. Wilkins will continue the run and Hall will just clear it into the grandstand.
No fuss, centre half, Jordan Hall. Good young player.
He has been exposed, I guess, to professional levels with the Western Sydney Wanderers.
Correct.
I think he was. So, ball forward. Snapshot for Noon. Now Zara. What can Heidelberg create? They flash it in across the box and out for a throw. Send that to Daniel Jones, the veteran defender, making his way back to Green Gully this year, and stroke up a good partnership there with young Hall. Good cross into the box. Tyson has to go a second time. Now Reuben Way. Lucky for Green Gully that didn't fall on his left foot, and in the end he harmlessly clips it out.
Yeah, no, well, he didn't make a good fist of that first punch, did he, Jordan? But he did follow through and make sure he got it out of the box. I'm sure he was relieved after that second attempt.
He's been one of the most experienced keepers, spending quite a bit of time in the professional leagues, and mainly as a second keeper. But it's good to see him drop to NPL level again after spending a bit of time with South Melbourne last year. Salmon looked to use his body. He's given away the foul.
Didn't seem to be a lot in that, did there?
I thought he used
body
it well.
Strength, yeah.
Heidelberg get the foul. And both sides have looked dangerous in the final third in this game, with Green Gully coming twice, very close. With Salmon's header that was brilliantly saved by Theodorides, and Brennan's long-range strike just going the wrong side of the post. Now what can Heidelberg create out wide? Walker wins that battle, and he can start the counter-attack. Drives it forward, Brennan. Biles will get there first. Tried to play it off Brennan, and he's done so successfully.
Yep, did well there, Biles. Got across.
And just keep looking at this Heidelberg lineup, especially the last 3 years, with how you look at Biles and Pace, who are close to 40 these days, but they still have such great experience and determination and drive to play at the highest level in Victoria.
Yeah, no, well, obviously their track record over the last few years is second to none, and you don't want to lose those kind of players, do you? So, and it's going to have to take someone special to actually step up and replace them.
Ball goes out for a Heidelberg throw. Unfortunately, a serious injury in the last home game to Lewis Hall, at ACL injury, who can play a bit of midfielder and centre back as a valuable squad player. Has had his injury problems in the last few years. So they very much rely on Stephen Pace and Biles to go forward into the box. Tyson will get there. Of course, there is an opportunity. I know Heidelberg are looking to try to replenish their centre-back stocks before the window closes. Great ball for Brennan. Biles again with a well-timed challenge.
It was a really, really great first-time pass there by Nicky Kalmar. Exceptional pace, exceptional vision, and just the right pace. But obviously the defender got across. But there again, you don't want Andy Brennan turning and facing and running at you. And they're trying to get that happening as much as they can, Gully, at the moment.
It will be Kalmar to step across to take the corner. Back post delivery. Pace with a very important header to get that clear. Davies back in, and now Kalmar will get a second opportunity. Goes himself, deflected shot. Falls harmlessly for Theodorides.
Good vision by Davies to get the corner back out, to get the ball back out. Big switch. But the jink didn't work this week for Nicky, as it worked last week when he got the penalty late in the game.
Pace again. Just quickly having a look at that replay. That was a free header if Stephen Pace wasn't able to flick that over the top before. And now Heidelberg move it forward. Tyson. Always got to be careful as a goalkeeper sliding at the edge of your box in a wet pitch, but he timed that perfectly. Now Green Gully. Jordan Hall will go back to Tyson. Now Tim Purcell. Green Gully happy to be patient at the back for the moment. And now Lampard. Very good side of pressing up and making it hard to play through midfield are Heidelberg. Gully's done well so far until that pass from Bunis, which was ill-directed and out for a Heidelberg throw.
Well, they're very patient at the back and waited for the pass into the midfield, and then once they get it in there, they seem to be able to accelerate and expose Heidelberg a bit, but obviously Breeze and Bunis were on different wavelengths on that occasion.
Wilkins will throw it back in, all the way back to his keeper, Theodoridis, who plays it back to him. Wilkins, in the end, just has to clear it. And Lampard will go back to his keeper, and Green Gully can start again from the back. Tyson. The offside flag doesn't go up. It will be a Green Gully throw. Just thought Andy Brennan was coming back from a long way offside then. George Katsakis tried to play linesman. He had his hand up.
He's the fourth official normally here, isn't he?
He is George Katsakis. He very entertaining to watch. Davies.
Just as entertaining to watch.
In the end, Biles will cushion it to Alice. Wigang has to drop quite deep to pick up the ball. Now we can clip the ball over the top. And the ball's eventually going to run away. Out for a goal kick.
The idea was right. He found himself one-on-one, and Jeremy Walker was backtracking there, so the timing was right to try and take him on, but his first touch let him down, and he just ran out of space there.
Lucas Derrick, who had an excellent start to the season with Northcote last year before succumbing to a very serious knee injury. He's back with the last 2 weeks. He's been able to start for Heidelberg after a couple of substitute appearances, so just getting a bit more form and fitness back in. And his way will try to clear it up, and in the end Bunis has tried to clear that. Well, I'm going to call it a clearance. It wasn't a shot.
No, that was a shot. It was an ugly shot, and it was luckily that it just made it over the line for a goal kick. I would have paid the throw in.
Yeah, I would have paid the throw in as well. One for the little kids to go chase on the running track and retrieve the ball.
What we can be sure of, that won't be going viral on YouTube as the goal of the year.
No, it definitely won't be. That is a horrible, horrible shot from Bunis, who is capable from range.
Yeah, no, he certainly can do it.
In the end, the communication was right between Lampard and Tyson, and they get it clear. Now it's Purcell. Wilkins over the top. Now Lampard. Over the top. Salmon not on the same wavelength, doesn't make the run, and Theodoridis will restart. See both sides resorting to a bit more long ball the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, trying to mix it up a bit. Gully look a lot better when they try and play it through the midfield with the slick passing.
Theodoridis out wide. Derek heads the ball on, but Purcell's the only one there. Flicked on by Kalmar. Can't find a teammate. Now Alice over the top. Wilkins. He take it in his stride. He heads it to Cahill. Cahill tries to get the shot away. It's well blocked. And in the end, it's clipped forward. Bunis. Just out muscled then. And gives away the foul.
It was a good overlapping run there by Wilkins, and got the ball in early to Cahill, and he was happy to shoot onside almost, but good block. Well blocked by the Gully defender. But I reckon there's a bit of venom in that shot.
He's a striker in form with the 2 goals against Pascoval last week.
Certainly is, and you can tell that when they're in form, they're willing to take it on early, half volley or whatever, even, on the turn.
And he's also going to have that competition also with the new signing Luka Ninkovic coming over from Florent Athena.
That's healthy. Competition's healthy.
The ball's in towards Biles, and in the end it'll harmlessly go over the top, and Walker keeps. In fact, he lets it go out for a goal kick.
Happy to relieve a bit of pressure and start again. Yeah, it wasn't a bad ball, but no one on the end of that one.
So opening 20 minutes now have passed. We've seen that 2 great opportunities for Green Gully in this game. Heidelberg have looked dangerous in the attacking third, but Tyson hasn't really had to make a save so far in this game.
No, definitely hasn't been under any real pressure.
Now it's Cahill. Flicks the ball forward. In the end, ball finds Brennan. Now Davies. Boonis as Green Gully can now shift it to the far side with a penetrating ball. Breeze. Chance to run at the defence. And looking for support. Boonis, and in the end Heidelberg get it back. Just Breeze running into trouble then.
Yeah, he ran across and into the rest of the defence there, and then short of options altogether.
Cahill's done well to retrieve the ball against two Green Gully players. Now Alice, good sliding challenge. Shouts for a back pass, but you're not going to get that with a 50-50 ball.
No, it's 50-50 and a challenge. Definitely not deliberate.
Well, Sean Ellis has got a problem here, and Tyson's thrown the ball out.
Georgie Kay not happy with the officials with that back pass. He would have obviously paid the back pass.
And he's letting the fourth official know about that, as he often does here. In the end, pardon the pun, but Sean Ellis definitely looks a bit ginger over there.
I'm not going to touch that one. You're on your own there.
He seems to have a leg problem, either a groin or a knee sort of problem.
Yeah, he does seem to be moving a bit slowly.
To wait for Tyson to restart the game. Ball forward. Boonis cushions it. Kalmar. Now Brennan. Can he go the first time shot? He does. Cuts across it. Good effort, but always going wide of Theodorides' post.
Again, Boonis onto Kalmar quickly, and Kalmar's vision and passing was exceptional. They're getting Brennan facing the defender, and he was happy to take it early, but he did slice it a bit there. I'm sure he'd want that again if he could have it again. But that's what they want. Quick balls through the midfield and getting Breeze and Brennan facing the fullbacks. And at this point in time, they're looking pretty dangerous when they do it and creating chances. That's the third chance now because of that.
Ball forward into midfield. We can quickly go around the ground. So they're 28 minutes played at Port Melbourne, and Port Melbourne 0. Avondale 1, Riccobene, so I'm not sure which one it is, but one of the Riccobene boys scored in the 3rd minute, and Altona and the Melbourne Knights are 0-0.
Big game, that one.
So with Altona having a big win against Green Gully last week, and the week before that really getting smashed by Pascoe Vale, they've made a good fist of it in their promotion season.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Especially, I think they lost their first couple of games as well, so they gave everyone a bit of a head start, didn't they?
And they did, and they've sort of found their groove a little bit. You said Stambolziev last week had an excellent game on the wing.
Yeah, their second half last week against Gully was exceptional.
Bit of a quirk in the draw. This is the 11th home game of Heidelberg United out of 15. So after tonight, they've only got 2 more home games. Avondale, similar position. We're playing 10 of their 15 at home. So a couple of the top sides will, if they're going to win the premiership, they've got to do it from away from home in the second half of the season, which could invite a few of the other sides to catch up to them.
But I'd be surprised if their form wavers that much, those 2 top sides, or 2 of the 3 top sides. But it's certainly test them, especially a long period of playing away. Yeah, certainly.
And the reason for that is Heidelberg are going to get some renovations started, pushing the athletics track sort of out of the way. The pitch will move towards the far stand, and where the
big plans are starting to come to fruition, eh? Yeah.
It's great to see a bit of investment in football. We're seeing at Oakley plans for a new stand on the far side of their ground as well too. So a few of the facilities in NPL Victoria getting an improvement.
Yeah, no, it's always a good thing with money being spent on soccer and soccer stadiums and soccer clubs, and certainly a fair bit of it's coming this way, and it will look sensational, I think, when it's all done and dusted. Again, slick passing there, Gully, and trying to expose with a quick pass from Davies to get Brennan on the end of it, but the weight on the pass from Jay Davies just wasn't the best there.
So they've looked fairly slick in the final third, just that final pass letting them down on that occasion as Cahill gives away the foul. As you said, he does such a good job in the air, Cahill, by using his body. Just a bit over-eager on that occasion.
Not the first person to push Jay Davies in the back.
So Jeremy Walker. So he's lining up that big crossfield ball. Breeze will attack it. Falls for Boonis. Now they work with Davies. Kalmar well forced back by Paul O'Brien. Now Hall out wide. Walker just tries to fire it in, and Noon in a battle as see Heidelberg bench was getting in the way of the play a little bit here from this vantage point, but it goes out for a Heidelberg throw.
Didn't come off George Katsakis, did it?
Ball over the top. Salmon. Can he fight for it? He can. Salmon. Theodorides saves it. It stays alive, and Theodorides in the end taps it away, and Pace will have a heavy touch but win it back. Heidelberg dodge a bullet there. And now can they make Gully pay with this counter-attack with Zara? Harry Noon. Lucas Derrick. Ruben Way. And Derrick is fouled, but Alex Salmon a great opportunity, and Theodorides just...
Yeah, Heidelberg got sloppy with the throw-in, and Nicky Kalmar's little dink over the top caught the defence backtracking, and Salmon, who would normally, I'd put my house on that, for him to finish there. Didn't finish. A good save by Theodorides. Came down and closed him really quickly. So great save by the keeper. And then the second attempt, the keeper did well again. So credits to the keeper on that, because really it was a chance that Salmon would normally put away.
So he's a multiple championship winning goalkeeper, is Chris Theodorides. Once again in top form tonight, denying Alex Salmon a couple. While looking for Salmon again, it's behind him, and Biles will bring it forward for Heidelberg. Good switching balls, going to find its way to Alice. Chance to run at Lampard, get onto his left foot, just couldn't get the shooting chance away as Hall cuts it out, and now it's fired in by Harry Noon, and that's easy for Tyson.
Yeah, Alice was looking for enough space just to be able to wind the left peg up, but just couldn't find it and was blocked out. But I think Jared Tyson had the long shot covered pretty easily straight at him.
It's a few times where Green Gully have committed quite a few numbers forward, and Heidelberg with that quick releasing ball have almost got in behind a few times, so it's pretty delicately poised this game, with no doubt Green Gully's had the better of the chances, but 0-0, still really anyone's game.
Both sides look like they can score when they go forward, and Gully are doing it through the slicker passing. Heidelberg more direct, getting the ball, for the long balls out to Sean Ellis, letting him do his thing. But either way, they're both looking like they could score, so certainly an entertaining game for sure. Both sides have continued the way they started with that attacking mindset. But Gully would probably be disappointed at this stage that they haven't got one.
Especially that Alex Salmon chance moments ago. There's Tyson. Ready to restart the game. Targets Kalmar. Ball one back. Now Zara. Cahill gives it away. Brennan. Good fight there by Harry Noon, and out for Green Gully throw. So still delicately poised. The half an hour played here. Just around the grounds, it's still just Avondale 1, Port Melbourne 0, and Melbourne Knights and Altona 0-0 as well. And 7 o'clock, Dandenong Thunder and Kingston City kick-off. What a big game that is for the relegation side of things in this league, with Dandenong City with a 3-0 win and spending big in their squad, bringing in some experienced A-League and international talent with Valeri, Santalab and
Adrian Layer.
Adrian Layer, that's right. So you can see them getting away, and Ante Moric is doing a great job there at Dandenong City since coming into the lineup, as Wilkins is brought down on the turf and in quite a bit of pain.
They've been caught there by a breeze.
Heidelberg fans are not happy. There's quite a few boos we can hear from the far side of the pitch. And it's a very, very bad challenge on replay. Looking at that for Breeze, he
has that ability to defend and chase and throw tackles in. So for a winger, he's a bit of an exception to the rule. He's happy to chase and tackle and get stuck in. So from a coaching point of view, it's good to have your forwards who are willing to do the work and obviously not give away fouls all the time, but certainly break up the play and keep pressure on the opposition.
So it's the 5th foul that Green Gully have given away in this game, and I really didn't like that stomping motion in that from Breeze. So Wilkins is still in quite a bit of pain. We've gone through the injury problems that Heidelberg have had, especially in defence. Another one was Stephen Pace, who popped his shoulder out a little bit last week, and he's done that many times over his career, and normally once it's popped in, he's all right, but he had to be substituted last week. So it must have been. I was a bit surprised he was in the starting lineup, Stephen Pace, but
perhaps the shortage of centre halves might have had something to do with that.
Yeah.
But if it's an ongoing thing that he's been dealing with, he's probably used to treating it, getting it right, and coming up again.
And do have Peter Deng on the bench, who's warming up at the moment, but Wilkins, very tough player and an excellent fullback in this league, is going to hobble back onto the pitch right now. Derek's cut out away from him. Now Zara. Green Gully anywhere will do, and Kalmar well cushioned header. Boonis will get this, and Pace is out of position. The ball looking for Salmon, won't find him. Zedarides away. O'Brien had to sit under that one. And Ruben Way on the second attempt, still can't get it clear. Boonis. Now it's forward. Kalmar finds a shooting range, it's deflected. Still alive in the box. Now it falls for Brennan, and Brennan puts it over the top. Another warning sign from Green Gully.
Yep, the slick passing through the midfield, and obviously Kalmar's shot was blocked, but it fell well for Alex Salmon, who managed to control it and dink it over there for Brennan, who looked, he may be offside, but the linesman kept his flag down.
I must admit, I sort of thought that the flag would go down, but it looks like he was definitely played on by Biles then.
Yeah, so he just took it a bit high. He was waiting for it to come down, didn't come down quick enough, which resulted in him going over the bar. But he's had a couple of chances now that he probably wished he'd at least got on target and created a save by the keeper. But once again, Gully have had another really good chance.
Got a comment from Andy Davies. Breezy is a unit, top player. Happy to have Matthew Breeze back at Green Gully. Just know Andy's a big Green Gully fan. Ball forward. Way. Turns into trouble and gives it away. Kalmar through. Can he get... In fact, he was trying to look for a penalty in the end, playing it around Theodorides. In the end, it was probably better just to try to poke it through his legs or something, but in the end, Heidelberg get away with it.
I thought he might go low and hard and try and get it under the keeper, but he did well. Again, loose ball in there to win it. Continued the pressure. Heidelberg actually mucking around a little bit at the back there, And then I think he went to try and take it round the keeper. He just ran out of room there. I think low and hard would have been best advised at that particular time.
It was a strange one too, because the direction he did move in
was the wrong direction, away from the goal.
But if he took the ball that direction, he might have been able to get around the keeper. So it was a very strange one, that one from Nick Kalmar.
He did well closing it down twice. And he looked like he had the composure, but maybe he was too composed in the end because his decision was probably not the best.
Another let-off for Heidelberg, who have given away quite a few chances with a bit of sloppy play.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy there at the back on a couple of occasions, which is not what you want to be doing tonight. Sooner or later, they'll get punished.
Now it's Lampard. Davies trying to lay it off. Alice in the midfield, gives it up again, and then he holds on to Davies. Breeze gets the shot away in the end, but the foul has been given.
The whistle had gone, yep. Again, a bit sloppy Heidelberg. Alice losing the ball there in midfield, and then obviously forced to drag Davies down. But to be fair to the midfield of Green Gully, Davies and Kalmar especially, and Boonis to some extent, the closing down and the pressure and keeping Heidelberg under pressure and forcing these errors has been exceptional, and really they do deserve to get some sort of reward for the hard work they've been doing.
Well, it's an opportunity now with just under 10 minutes till half time. Jay Davies has scored some cracking goals in NPL Victorian seasons gone past. Boonis has got plenty of power behind a shot as well. It's a big wall from Heidelberg. It is Davies, and he has put that well over the top.
I think he went for the old Ronaldo, hit the ball in a funny spot and hoped for the dip, the swerve and all that. But got none of the above on that one. Again, a wasted opportunity for good pressure. They forced the turnover, got themselves a free kick in a good position. They just have not taken their chances, Gully, and they may regret that at 0-0 because they've had 6 really good chances this half, which is a lot against the team of Heidelberg's normally strong defence.
Well over the top, especially with Avondale leading at the moment. Heidelberg trying to chase another championship and premiership. At the moment, still 0-0, and Kalmar gets it back again. Pace cut out the pass, but couldn't hold on to it. Now they can move it forward. Salmon. Boonis lets it run. Kalmar, neat flick. Back post delivery. It's still going to be alive for Salmon. In fact, it's deflected off him and out for a goal kick.
Again, slick passing through that midfield by Gully. Kalmar winning the loose ball, which he's had an excellent first half. Nicky Kalmar has been involved in everything. The slick passing, Boonis again involved, early ball. Kalmar getting involved again, and with the big dummy. Great vision just to let the ball run for Jeremy Walker, but his pass probably just didn't have enough on it to let the forwards attack it, and didn't get the result they were looking for there again. But they certainly exposed Heidelberg again.
It's been a very strong 10 minutes from Green Gully. Heidelberg now forward through Cahill, looking to hold it up. In the end, Davies takes it away from him and gets the foul.
I think that's been one of the differences tonight with Gully, whose midfield normally gets criticised for not getting back and helping, and tonight, especially Jay Davies and Nicky, have been crowding the Heidelberg forwards from the midfield in and forcing errors as well. So they've actually been creating a lot of turnovers, but the pressure not only from the forwards in the forward line, but also helping out in the back line.
Breeze heads it forward. Pace just has to get it clear, and Alice. So again, it falls for Kalmar. Gets the 1-2. Boonis. In the end, it was well cut out, and Theatre it is now, just gets it clear. Walker. He's got time to chest it and cushion it to Brennan. Annie Brennan couldn't hold on to it now. It's Zara. Boonis got a foot in, gives away the foul.
Bit of a wild swipe there by Boonis. Probably lucky not to get a little bit more from the ref for that one, but the ref's closer, and the ref's always right, apparently, I've been told, for the last 40-odd years. I don't always agree with it, but that's what I've been told.
I've never seen a referee change his decision, so Well, until VAR came along, but we were certainly a long way from NPL Victoria.
Don't use swear words when we're doing this.
This is proper traditional club football. In a very famous venue here, the Olympic Village of the 1956 Melbourne Olympics. It's been a long-term home for Heidelberg United.
Bit of a handball there by Breeze. He got caught out. And again, giving Alice the opportunity to swing in a left footer. And this is the danger of not taking chances at the other end. Only one really good pass here, and Heidelberg can penetrate and make Gully pay for not taking their chances at the other end.
Well, Ellis's ball is well delivered. Davies gets it away. Still going to fall alive. Zara. Walker away. Davies just couldn't get the pass in front of Breeze. He has to wait for it. Shields it well and turns out of danger. Boonis. Now they can move it forward with Brennan. It's got Salmon versus 4 in the box. In the end, tries to lay it back. And the cutback is cut out for a corner.
Again, slick passing. Barely a touch. If they don't go first time, they certainly go second time, and they move the ball quick. And it's just a matter of trying to get forward passes. You can see they're clearly under instruction. Move it quick in the midfield, get it forward as quick as possible, and they're exposing Heidelberg at every chance. And unlucky there for Jordan Lampard on the cutback from Brennan, but just didn't work.
Dangerous ball to the near post. In the end, it was almost chested away from O'Brien. In the end, he gets it half clear. Cross comes back in. Heidelberg. Now it's Walker. How's the cross? Running at full pace. It's a dangerous area. Heidelberg will again get it clear, and they get the foul. There's Cahill back helping his defence.
He's needing to. It's getting near half time. A couple of whipped in crosses that just didn't get past the first defender there, and Gully will be disappointed there. Like applying the pressure all around the ground, but just that extra weighted pass when you need it, especially the cross, makes a crucial difference. And just, again, that first defender, you've got to get past the first defender. And there wasn't a lot of pressure on the crosses either, so they'll be disappointed with that.
There is Heidelberg with an injury problem. It might be Wilkins again, who's tried to continue in this game. And Peter Deng will be the substitute to come on for him. As Breeze really, like I said it at the time, I didn't like the challenge from Breeze going a little bit over the top. I was surprised he wasn't punished with a card. So in the end, Joshua Wilkins cannot continue, and Peter Deng will have to replace him as he did last week. Last week replacing Stephen Pace. Very comfortable in those fullback positions is Peter Deng. And Wilkins will make his way off the pitch here. We've seen unfortunately, some serious injuries in the last few weeks at Olympic Village.
Well, it was on the other side of the ground, so it's hard to tell. But if he did stand or stomp on the top of his foot on a cold night like tonight, that's going to sting. And obviously, the more time goes on, the harder it is to be able to run on that. So it'll be get the ice on and all the salts you can get into that this week.
He'll start his recovery now, so we hope it's nothing overly serious, just hopefully enough to keep him out of the game, but okay for next week. Lucas Derrick teases the Gully defence and now shares with Noon and Peter Deng. A little bit slow with his first touch, and his pass is ill-directed, and now the ball's forward for Salmon. He'll chase it into the channel. He's got the pace to get into the box. Can he find a shooting range? Tries to cut it back. And in the end, Peter Deng nearly cleared up Ruben Way. In the end, Heidelberg get it clear. Zara. Cahill is offside. He went a bit too early on that occasion. Just that extra touch in midfield, and the chance was over for Tom Cahill.
Yeah, Purcell's long clearance, I don't think it was meant to be a pass as such, it was just a clearance, but it found Alex Salmon facing the defence, but unfortunately for him he was forced wide, which was pretty good defending by Heidelberg, and he really didn't have many options inside. It was just a try me luck ball to try and get it back to someone.
Ball forward again, Biles gets it clear as 2 minutes goes up on the fourth official's board. Brennan. It's Lucas Derrick. Referee allows the game just to continue now. Brennan gets the cross in. Chance for Salmon to cut it back post. Breeze couldn't get there for the tap in, but can retrieve it. Looking for the angle to cross and turns away. Breeze. Pace gets it clear.
Well done by Pace.
Noon's little cushioned header finds Ellis, who slips. Davies gets it back, and Boonis. Is there a late chance in this first half as Boonis has still got control? And it's going to find Green Gully a corner. Great persistence from Jonathan Boonis.
Yeah, and Gully again across from the right from Brennan, found Salmon in some space. He went low and hard across, and there was, like you said, Breeze wasn't there on the end of it. Retrieved again by Breeze, and Breeze got another good ball in, but Pace was there at the front post. So they're just having trouble with getting that end product. But again, two really good crosses and more attacking from Gully.
Late corner for Green Gully once again, near post, and it's cleared by O'Brien. Still got plenty of numbers forward, Green Gully, if they can get the cross in. It's a bit shallow, but in the end it's Salmon. Holds on to possession, and now Walker. He's got a bit of space in front of him to cross it in. It's behind a few players. Noon clears. Kalmar. Late chance for a stinging shot that he puts wide. We are almost at half-time here, and not much time to restart the game.
Worth a go from Nicky Kalmar from that distance once they'd backed off and given him enough space to wind up. And the kind of half he's having, you'd fancy yourself. Your confidence is high. Worth a shot just before half-time, but unfortunately didn't get that anywhere near on target.
And it is half-time at Altona. Altona Magic 0, Melbourne Knights 0. Avondale with their early goal still lead Port Melbourne at half-time by a goal to 0. And it is 0-0 here at half-time at Olympic Village. A half that has seen Green Gully create excellent opportunities but not able to take them. Chris Theodoridis with 3 really big saves in this first half has kept Green Gully out. So Heidelberg will be quite happy to go into the sheds at 0-0 and chance to refocus and regroup and look to have a much bigger second half.
Yeah, look, it's been, I think, a pretty dominant first half by Green Gully, especially in terms of converting to chances. They've had enough chances to have 1 or 2 easily, I would think, and they'd be disappointed. But, 0-0, it's as equal as you like. Now they'll come out second half, and Heidelberg can consider themselves a bit lucky, and they can thank their keeper that they're still got a clean sheet, and we'll go at it again. Hopefully both teams will come out with that sort of attacking intent again, because it's been a really entertaining game, and hopefully it stays that way for the second half.
Well, thank you, George Koutsanis, for the first half action here at Olympic Village. We're just going to have a short break. As you can see on the stats, 7 shots to Green Gully, 3 on target to Heidelberg's 1 shot that was on target, 4 corners to 0. No yellow cards in this game, but I think a few Green Gully players are a little bit lucky in that department. But all sets up for a big second half here at Olympic Village, and we're just going to have a short break, and we'll be Hello everyone and welcome back here for the second half at Olympic Village. A half that saw Green Gully create many opportunities but unable to score as we get ready to start the second half. Chris Gleeson with you with George Kotsanis. Now the ball's forward, Salmon. Ball finds its way to Purcell. Purcell gets it clear as welcome back to the second half, Kotzi.
Yep, looking forward to this one. First half was a cracker and hopefully this will be just as good. And we get to see some goals.
So we see with, I must admit Green Gully did have the stronger the first half, but Heidelberg are a very experienced side, quick to adapt, so expect them to come back and create plenty of opportunities of their own in the second half. They are a strong and championship contender, and
of course, yeah, no, they're a strong side and they're a proud side, and I don't think they'd be pretty happy, well, they'd be happy at all with that first half performance. So they're lucky they've got 0-0, and hopefully they've rejigged a few things and can start throwing their weight around as well.
They look to go on the attack now with Cahill. Zara on the outside. Lucas Derrick. Green Gully with plenty of numbers back, so now the ball clips in towards Cahill, wins the header this time, and Purcell has to clear. Zara into the box, lays it off. Alice, left foot, curling shot, just wide, and Heidelberg, as expected, straight on the attack here in the second half, and they're not too far away.
No, some really good work on the left side there by Zara, and knocked the ball in, found Alice with the ball at his feet, and you don't want to give him time to wind up a shot out there, and he'd be disappointed he didn't get it on target, but there is the first real shot from Heidelberg that we expect them to come out fighting, and that was a good start. So they've set the intent for the second half.
Just checking with you guys, if you are having problems with the Facebook stream, it's been a little bit in and out for the second half so far. If you do have problems, you can always jump onto the YouTube stream, which is working perfectly. Now the ball with Lampard. Crossfield delivery. And a slice clearance from Deng will harmlessly fall towards Chris Theodorides, who denied Alex Salmon with two excellent saves in the first half.
Yeah, had a terrific first half, the keeper. That's why it's still 0-0, so...
Now into midfield. Green Gully move it forward. It's that man, Alex Salmon. His pace backtracks. Trying to cross it in. And it was well worked to get clear by Heidelberg, and in the end Noon can't find a teammate. Green Gully through Davies, and now Purcell switching out wide. Brennan. And he's forced back and out for a Green Gully throw. And they'll leave it for Walker to take and throw it in. Davies. Now Kalmar. Now Matthew Breeze. Trying to get on his right foot and whip it cross in. That's straight at Theodorides.
Again, slick passing there. Got the ball out wide to Breeze, but forced him in. Did the fullback, which really killed the angle for him. So it was always a straight ball to the keeper. Wasn't much of an angle for him to play with there.
And just letting you guys know that I think we've sorted some of the Facebook problems. We just had a short little problem, but it's back on track. The Salmon, sliding challenge from Zara. Salmon didn't like that, had a look around, and in the end, driving the ball forward is Brennan. Looking for Kalmar, pace puts his body in between and starts the counter-attack with Harry Noon and Sean Ellis. Heidelberg finding a little bit more space in attack. Ellis tries to play it back post. Cahill. In the end, it was cut out by Purcell. As Tom Cahill around the back was looking to get the opening goal in this, but well reached by Purcell, and Heidelberg have a corner.
Yeah, look, that's what you want. You want Sean Ellis running at the fullback, cutting in on his favoured left foot, and the pass was superb. It was a great cross, really well weighted, and just great work by Purcell, who was running the wrong way, but he managed to get a good head on it.
In the end, the cross was to the near post, and Tyson had to come across. In fact, it looks like it's come off the post and out for a goal kick.
Directly.
Well, Sean Ellis, round 1 last year against Port Melbourne, did score from a corner, so he's got form. Tyson almost caught out. In the end, was able to recover and make sure that the ball had no chance of squeezing in the net. The post allowed it to go out for a goal kick as he restarts the game. Biles. Deng forward. Davies. Boonis just lays it off for Walker. And Deng fights for it, wins it back. Turns into trouble. And in the end, referee in the middle, Adam Bavkar's found a foul to Heidelberg as
a lot of finger pointing and a lot of hand waving. We're not too sure what that one was for, but the referee's in charge.
And hasn't been many fouls in this game. Adam Bavkar is an excellent referee that lets the game really flow and allow the players to play a little bit more than, I guess, some other referees. Everyone's got their own sort of style. But
he's definitely contributed to the game moving quickly.
And Adam Bavkar, though, he is one of the most casual with his hand signals with fouls. So if you don't hear the whistle, you can got to look a little bit more. And now the ball's with Biles. Theodoridis in the midfield. Noon and Davies fight for it, and Noon gets the better of him. He's got support on either side. He drives on himself. Does Harry Noon? Can he find the right pass? He does. It's Cahill, and now Alice. Thought about the right foot, then found his left. Dangerous ball in with great tail, and Green Gully get it clear. Davies, and now the counter-attack can be on with Brennan. He'll get there first in front of Luke Biles. Switching crossfield ball to Salmon. Can he take it in his stride? He was able to keep the ball in play, and he's done well to get the ball back. Boonis. Heidelberg now able to get their numbers back. Crossfield ball, Deng. Couldn't quite control it. Kalmar. Theodoridis in an awkward position and crossed off the crossbar, and now it's still alive. How did Green Gully not score? Kalmar with hands on his head.
It's been the story of the night for Green Gully, hasn't it? Another good chance there. Great ball from Brennan in. Tried to get Salmon in early. Didn't get onto it, but he kept it alive. Nicky Kalmar did some trickery on the edge of the box. Got a second crack at it. Went for the chip over the keeper, which was the correct option. And he was very unlucky for it not to go in off the bar. And then the ricochet fell again to a Gully player, and Jeremy Walker, and it was blocked on the line again. So chance after chance for Gully. They need to start taking advantage of them.
The cross is deflected from Walker to the goalkeeper, but it just seemed to be slow motion, that chip from Kalmar.
It did. We're all holding our breath, weren't we?
I'm just waiting and waiting. We are, with the running track in the grandstand, we are a good 80 metres away from that goal, and you could just see their depth perception. Was it going to drop in or not? In the end, it just come off the crossbar.
It's such a delicate chip. He was very unlucky, really. It was a great idea.
It's great, desperate defending from Heidelberg to block Walker's shot. Now they trying to play it over the top to Cahill. It's cut out. Boonis. They've moved the ball so well on the counter-attack of Green Gully. Kalmar. Zara forces him back. Now Boonis. Purcell has to go back to the goalkeeper. That's much better by Heidelberg to force Gully back and now get it back through Alice. Salmon with an important touch. Still finds its way to Noon. In the end, Lampard gets it back. Lampard plays it through the middle. Brennan. In the end, it was a great challenge. And now Ruben Way. Alice coming back in the opposite direction and out for a throw.
Frustration there for Heidelberg, but yeah, Lampard's ball was a good ball into Brennan, who held his run to stay on side. It's a very clever run because he's a super quick boy, but he held his run, but his first touch didn't take him into a dangerous area, let him down a bit.
Ball thrown in. It's come off Pace, who's not happy with the physical treatment from Salmon. It's a good battle between the two.
Yeah, it's a good battle. And Salmon, that's what I was saying earlier. He brings more than just finishing. He's an all-rounder. He applies pressure. He's quick. And he's happy to do the defensive side of things.
And then Theodoridis collects. Heidelberg, you can see, trying to move the ball a lot quicker than what they did in the first half. Cahill, challenge, ball was won. Referee allows the game to continue now. Gully with green shirts forward. Walker for Breeze. Solid challenge coming through there. Heidelberg get it back. O'Brien. Out wide, and the ball once again ill-directed and out for a throw.
And the natives are getting restless here in the crowd. A few loose balls and a few groans.
Now Lucas Derrick. Great skill, gets the foul, and this time Adam Bafkar will go to his notebook. So Jay Davies will be the first one in it. We said that in the first half. A few solid challenges from Green Gully, not punished, but that was very obvious, that one.
Yeah, I think horticultural is one way to describe that. He just a big swipe, that one. He's having a good game, Jay, but that wasn't his best moment.
We do have a question in the comments. We'll get into that very shortly. Between the result of Rockingham and Florent Athena, I think it's 0-0 at half-time, I believe. There is a real Western Australian connection in both these lineups today. Ball headed away. As two of the top 6 goal scorers are in this squad, with Alex Salmon on the ball now for Green Gully and Luka Ninkovic on the bench for Heidelberg, who will expect him to make his bow, you think, fairly shortly to see what he can do. Now,
have you got some inside mail with that, or are you just confident?
I'm just confident. I've seen him play and very impressed with Ninkovic. So Derek at the moment, early ball in, evades everyone. Lampard, ball's deflected into a dangerous area, no foul given. The rocket of a shot comes in, and it's well saved there by Tyson. Big chance for a penalty though for Heidelberg, and there's boos ring around Olympic Village.
Well, they got behind him, didn't they, on the left, and even though the ball went across, they retrieved it, Heidelberg, and managed to get the ball back into a dangerous... It was a ricochet off Lampard's clearance, which sent it back into dangerous area. Yeah, there was a loud call for a pen.
Cahill did get his body in front of that first. Now it's Ruben Way. He can launch it, and it wasn't far away. Just over the top as Heidelberg have another snapshot on goal.
It was a great left foot shot there. But yeah, it was a good save by Jared Tyson, who managed to get his body behind the ball. It was low and hard. But the second shot from Way certainly was just that little bit too high. Didn't trouble the keeper. But Heidelberg certainly started the second half much, much better than they did in the first half, and already created a number of chances, which they didn't manage to do in the first half. So they've turned it around a bit.
It was a great
and the end-to-end stuff continues, doesn't it? Both teams having chances now.
Really got to give credit for Tyson to take that shot cleanly. It was pretty well hit there by Sean Ellis.
Yep.
Way over the top moments later. Cahill penalty shout, which seen given with a player going into the back of a player. Cahill just getting in front of his defender, but Adam Bafka, as we've said, he likes to let the game flow a little bit, so getting a penalty like that is going to be a difficult one to get, I believe. As Ruben Way drives it forward. Can he get a left foot shot in? It's deflected. Noon will retrieve it. Crosses it in. Dangerous area. Cahill taken away from him. Ruben Way again. Cross comes in. Back post. Ball's going to fall in for Zara. Smothered by Tyson. And the tap in from Cahill. It's Tom Cahill. Heidelberg have had great goal-bound efforts in the last few minutes, and in the end it is Cahill. Tyson with the smother, and it falls for Tom Cahill, who scores again for his 6th goal of the season.
It was just continual attack from Heidelberg, and Gully could not get it out of there, despite a couple of attempts. And the ball was just buzzing around. Cahill with the knockdown, a bit of a ricochet. Tyson did well to come out and smother, but Zara was there on the spot, ready to put it away. And that was continued pressure from Heidelberg that resulted in that goal. And there you go, the old sucker punch, really. After, 7 shots to nil in the first half, Gully's way, and now Heidelberg lead 1-0.
Well, we did say that early in the second half. You've got to take your chances against Heidelberg United. They've had a chance to reset things at half-time. And for the last 5-10 minutes, they've been excellent, created plenty of opportunities. And in the end, the ball fell to the veteran striker, Tom Cahill, and he made no mistake. And
it was Cahill, was it? Yeah, sorry, I thought it was Zara. Yeah, no, he was composed. Fell to him and he took it. There you go, 5 minutes ago, Kalmar hits the crossbar. And here we are, 1-0 up for Heidelberg. The beauty of this wonderful game of ours.
It was Zara with the first effort that Tyson smothered, and in the end it was an open net for Cahill. He's not going to miss chances like that. But then again, he did miss a fairly easy one last week, but he now gets his 6th goal of the season, 3 in the last game and a half, and he's now joint top scorer again with Harry Noon, who's got 6. As Way throws it deep into the box, Cahill flicks it on. Here's a chance for a second. Zara smothered, and Tyson collects.
And Cahill is causing problems now for the Gully defence. He's just being a nuisance. And his knockdowns and his heading ability and his body strength, and almost creating a chance there out of nothing. But again, Jared Tyson was good. Low down and made a good save there.
Ball out wide. And once again, we're having problems with the Facebook stream, so once again, it's working perfectly on YouTube. Zara, it's Way with a throw into the box. So again, Cahill uses his body to allow the ball to run. In the end, Gully get it clear now. Deng clips it over the top. Cahill. And now it's away to Ruben Way. Can't control it. Breeze. In the end, Heidelberg the one hunting for the ball. Lampard trying to shield it out for a goal kick, and Ellis has done well just to make that a throw. So, just around the grounds, Melbourne Knights have taken the lead as we stay with play at the moment, because Derricks will shoot. And Lucas Derrick with the left foot. It did take a deflection, will get a corner. Now it's Green Gully well and truly on the back foot.
Yes, again, failing to clear their lines and playing the ball back into areas that are going to get them into trouble. And I think it might have been Kalmar who gave the ball away on the edge of the box there. And luckily the shot was deflected, because Derrick looked comfortable on that left foot.
And just recapping the score, Caleb Mikulich has given the Melbourne Knights the lead, so they lead 1-0 in the 73rd minute. Avondale still 1-0 in the 71st. As we've seen Heidelberg not too long ago with Tom Cahill scoring. Now a chance for another corner. Back post delivery. Tyson with a strong punch. Wade puts it back in the mixer, and Tyson again. Breeze cushions the header. Gets it back. Now they can move it forward with a 2-on-2, and Brennan can drive it into the channel. Just missed his teammate. And it's easy for Theodorides just to collect as Jay Davies pushed forward.
Yeah, look, on the break there, they look pretty swift again, that fast movement, but the last pass let them down, and Jay just didn't have anything left in the tank to chase that, or certainly wasn't interested in chasing it. It wasn't a great pass in the end. But they're going to have to find something now, Green Gully, because for all their good planning and preparation and the way they did it in the first half, they find themselves now having to do it from a different perspective, from 1-0 down.
We saw in the first half that Cahill was very isolated, trying to hold the ball up, not really getting many teammates around him. That's completely changed the second half, where Salmon is finding it hard to hold the ball up and find teammates.
Yeah.
And we don't record possession stats in NPL Victoria, but it's well and truly Heidelberg's way the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, certainly the momentum has changed. Ever since Gully hit the crossbar, it's been all Heidelberg, and they've been pretty direct. They're going straight into the guts looking for Cahill, and just like that on the long throw, and he's causing a lot of trouble. Just using his body, and the defence is really struggling to clear it at the moment.
We look at that centre-half partnership with Daniel Jones suspended today. We've got Tim Purcell, who's, as you say, is a bit of an auxiliary, more suited to a full-back or midfield role than a centre-back role.
There's a stand-in centre-half for sure, yeah.
And the youngster, Jordan Hall, who isn't the biggest, most physical, he's still a young kid.
No.
As a centre-back, so Cahill has had the opportunity to really out-wrestle them a bit. Now he's on the ball again.
Yeah, he's been tested by a good old pro at the moment.
Ball turned over in midfield. Anyway, Ruben Way wins it back. It's had a real impact since switching over from left back to right back. Been able to cut inside now. Deng fires it in low, Hall. And now Breeze. Can't hold on to it as it looks like Matthew Fletcher is getting warmed up and ready to enter the game. Wait to see who will replace him, and it will be Andy Brennan.
Yep.
So Brennan back into the starting lineup tonight, and Fletcher replaces him.
Yeah, he'll had a very good first half, and he had those 2 good chances which he ballooned, and he'd be disappointed. But he hasn't had much of an impact in the second half, and still coming back from his second hamstring injury, and probably still needing to get some run into those legs. 66 minutes, probably not a bad effort on his behalf. And with Gully being 1-0 down, they've got to try something. They can try and mix it up now.
Another chance for Alice to whip in a corner. Can Heidelberg get a second goal, which you thought the Green Gully deserved a couple of goals in the first half. Heidelberg definitely deserve a couple of goals in this second half. Back post delivery, free header, great save there by Tyson. Looks like it might have been Zara with the header.
Yeah, not the biggest bloke, but he found some space. It was a great delivery by Sean Ellis to the far post, and Zara really got onto it, and a great save. It had to be an instinctive save on Joe Tyson's part, but Zara will be probably disappointed. He got a fair bit on it too, the young fella.
And Jeremy Walker's closely marking Zara this time. Heidelberg with another chance. Another delivery to the back post. A little bit too heavy and curled out for a goal kick. It's been a game of many chances. Another one there for Heidelberg, who really racked up those chances. Heidelberg, just the one shot on target in the first half. They've already had 7 shots towards the goal in this second half, and now it's Alice. Noon can drive it forward. Zara can play it through out wide. Derek, well slided challenge from Purcell, but it's still alive. And in the end, it has to be cleared away by Jay Davies for another corner.
Oh, this momentum shift's crazy in sport, isn't it? They just cannot get it away from here, Green Gully. Chance after chance, and if you're watching at home and if you're wondering if the wind is favouring one end, with all the chances seeming to be going to the southern end, there is no breeze, is there at all?
Dead still here.
It's dead still.
It's a perfect sort of winterish type night. Dangerous ball in again, and attacking it was Cahill. It was after a deflection, didn't take one, and Green Gully can now relieve things with this goal kick. So both sides have made the one substitution in this game. Unfortunately, Josh Wilkins suffered a foot injury in the first half. Tried to continue, was replaced by Peter Deng. He's moved to left back, and Ruben Way, who was left back, moved to Wilkins' right back position, and Fletcher just replacing Andy Brennan. As Derek lets it run, stays in play for him. It's again Walker up to the challenge and moves it forward for Gully. So Cavaliers go into midfield. Kalmar turns it over. Cahill drives at the Green Gully defence, trying to play the ball through, and he misses Alice. See the confidence a goal can bring.
Yeah, certainly. And then on the reverse side, Green Gully haven't struck barely two passes together in the last 15 minutes or so, where their passing was the strength of their game in the midfield, slick, moving and getting the ball forward as quick as possible to the wide men. And that's gone to pieces, and it's just non-existent at the moment, isn't it? So certainly with the momentum change, Gully haven't been able to just get their foot on the ball and string one or two passes together to build anything, or even just to relieve some pressure.
I get the chance now through Fletcher, who lets the ball go out for a corner. So it took a touch off Ruben Way on the way through.
And that's on the back of just really a long throw, not of any really good build-up play. So
chance to get back level for Green Gully. They've been well and truly second best in this second half. It's Kalmar's delivery. Dangerous ball in. Ruben Way gets it clear. Now Biles just clears it onto the far side of the pitch and out onto the running track.
Yeah, Gully's still struggling with that, getting it over that first guy at the front post, really. Not clearing that first defender. They're good whipped-in balls, but if they're not clearing the first defender, they're not going to create any problems for the opposition. And it's been pretty much that kind of a night for them with their crosses and corners. They need to improve that. Or throw someone at the front post. Call me old-fashioned, but if the ball's there, then just put a green shirt there.
That's it. Stand in front of that player. And it's Brunis misses out, and Zara, who's really lifted the intensity in the second half, is winning many more challenges in midfield, stopping the Green Gully attack. So
he's been far more prominent in the second half. He was fairly non-existent in the first half. The Gully trio really outplayed them in the first half, but they certainly found themselves back in the game because of that pressure in the midfield and starting to win the midfield. And as Brunis just has come off there,
as he does,
substitution
does come off a T-boy camera. And in the end, it's a Gully throw that he takes quickly.
It's a bit of a reshape for Gully with Breeze probably going into the midfield. T-boy goes out wide and Fletcher's out wide here on the left.
We do see that with Davies and Kalmar, the central midfielders, with Breeze just in front of him.
Yep.
And for Cameron's out for a Heidelberg throw.
Two good substitutions, I think, by Gully. They've got to try and freshen things up, especially in the midfield. For the last 15 or so minutes, they've been getting trolled up in there, so they need to try and change it.
So we wait for Heidelberg to take this throw. Just quickly go around the NPL Victoria grounds. 82 minutes, 83 minutes played. Melbourne Knights still with that 1-0 lead against Altona Magic. Caleb Mikulic, been a big week for the Melbourne Knights after knocking Avondale out of the cup. So short turnaround, but it hasn't really bothered them too much.
No, they've moved on quickly from the passing on of the coaches there. Like Stevie and Mickey are no longer there, so they've moved on, and the results is what we're all about. It's a results-based game, and that's what the club will say. And if they get through tonight, they'll be very happy with their week especially the results in the last 7 days.
Marjan Switkovic, the player coach, taking over for the moment. They are close to announcing a new coach. I tried to get it out of Knights president Parvez Yusuf, but he was pretty tight-lipped, but he seems very confident that they've got a new manager in that they're very happy with. So we wait to see in the coming days. They've made a couple of signings as well. Zara's on the ball now for Heidelberg. Alice out wide. Lucas Derrick, and it's going to spin out for another corner. And Avondale still holding on to their 1-0 lead against Port Melbourne.
So did you have a couple of guesses at the names? And
I did have a couple of guesses.
And did he give you a yes and no, or just give you the stare?
I had a couple of no's and I got a couple of maybes, so I'd rather not spread rumours, but I've got a good idea who I think it might be. So
you can write it on my pad right next to the one that I think they're going to go with.
So ball's cleared out, and then the foul's being given. I've already seen a couple of coaching changes in the... A couple of coaching changes in the league this season, with Melbourne Knights making that change last week, and South Melbourne making a change, and also Dandenong City. Just the nature of the business. Fletcher, now Salmon. In the end, couldn't reel it in, but puts it out for a throw.
So for the record, we both agree on who we think the next Melbourne Knights coach will be.
I think we do. We'll tease the listeners a little bit.
Very good.
But I must admit, it's someone you probably wouldn't have expected.
Well, I did, but there you go.
Oh, you did. You were. But then again, I'm still speculating because I haven't gotten the name.
No. We're just working on initials. We're just agreeing on initials for now, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Ball in midfield. Zara, and in the end of the foul goes Green Gully's way. Half-time, Dandenong Thunder 0, Kingston 0. It's a game that is a huge game, especially at the wrong end of the table, where Dandenong City getting a few points, and even Pascoe Vale picking up a good win the other week. The
importance of promotion relegation comes into play, and it keeps all games live, doesn't it?
Kingston City were my little smoky towards the finals. They just missed out last season, but they've had plenty of injury problems and had a few departures mid-season, where with a small budget, Nick Tolios has had to sort of turn to the State League to replenish his squad. But Tolsey's gotten them out of that trouble before a few times, and look to try to do that again.
It's a good skill set to have as a manager, to be able to do that, find players and get them to mould with the current crop that you've got. Not easy, but...
Well, currently they are 5 points. Well, out of safety, they're a good 7 points, and they've only got 7 points themselves of Kingston, so the money would be on them to be the side to go down, but plenty can happen in this second half of the season, which we've just crept over. Anyways, let us know in the Facebook comments what you think will happen towards the end of the season, who can make finals, who is going to go down. As the ball goes out for a throw.
A bit of a stalemate the last 5 minutes, both teams evening each other out here. Have Gully got a last spurt in them?
Ball cleared. Noon. Alice. Controls it well. Lucas Derrick. Trying to get it back. It's going to find its way through. And Noon slips over. Sliding challenge from Way. Doesn't win the ball. Gully stream forward in numbers. Lampard. Ill-directed pass looking for Fletcher though. Gives the ball back, and O'Brien now into the channel. I think Zara's onside here too. He's going to shield away Purcell. Zara! And he goes over the top. He had yellow shirts to pass to. In the end, he went himself and put it over the top.
Well, it was a bit of a lucky ball through, but he used his body well, and whether or not he was on or off doesn't matter, but he did use his body well and found himself some shooting space, but he just didn't keep his head over the ball and ballooned it over. So he'd be disappointed that he didn't get that on target, as was George Katsakis in front of us.
It's going to be Heidelberg to make their second change of the game. Lucas Derrick, the youngster, will come off, and it's going to be the return of Alex Schiavo, who's made such a big impression from coming down from NPL Queensland to play here in Victoria. There was thoughts that his knee injury was going to be a lot more serious than what it ended up being, so it's great to see him back so early. Normally plays a bit more central in that number 10 role, and the real benefits this season's been Harry Noon being moved more into that position, and 6 goals this season to Harry Noon, so been able to weather that storm and ball forward. Looks like Schiavo will go wide. It's Salmon, can't control it, which is understandable considering he's barely touched the ball in the second half.
Yeah, uncharacteristic mistake there. His skills are pretty good, so he'd be disappointed that he didn't control that.
Now Heidelberg get a chance to throw it as we are now into this last 10 minutes of this game.
Still plenty to play for Gully, but they just need to find a spark. But that fast, slick passing game that was there in the first half has been pretty much non-existent in the second half, and they may have to find some other avenue to goal.
Must admit, it's been a long time since I've seen Heidelberg give up a lead late in the game. They're very good at managing the clock and managing things, as Alice will win the ball. Plays it forward, Zara will chase and Tyson will collect. The only real time that I can remember is in the Cup this year, where Hume City come back from a goal behind a few times to win 5-4. In the end, it's going to be Hall. Breeze trying to find a teammate. It was well read and well won back. Now Deng. Spires will use Theodorides. 3 Heidelberg players were slow to get back on side, so in the end, it's headed up in the air by Hall. Now Noon. Back on side now is Alice. And now the ball's out wide. Deng versus T-Boy Kamara, and Deng wins that header.
Made good decision there to go for that. They didn't want T-Boy to get that at his feet and turn and face him. It's
well shielded off, and ball's won back. Now Heidelberg over the top. It's again Zara's the one furthest forward. He charges down the kick from Tyson, but goes out for a Gully throw.
That's the confidence of the Heidelberg midfield in the second half, where Zara is now willing to get further forward and run past Cahill and look for those through balls. He certainly made a difference. His energy in the second half has been much better, and has produced results for Heidelberg.
Breeze has laid it on to Kalmar. Now Fletcher. Goes on the outside. Can he find the perfect cross? Theodorides spelt it. Here's T-Boy Kamara. And Kamara scores for Green Gully. They get their goal well and truly against the run of play here in the second half, but it's Green Gully who get the goal. And Heidelberg, as I said just moments ago, don't often give up a lead late in a game.
Commentator's curse, that was.
So now Green Gully are back on terms. Sorry, Heidelberg fans, for that comment. I'll take the blame, but in the end, it was a hot cross to handle from Fletcher. Theodorides could only just parry it into the path. Deng tried to get it clear, but T-Boy Kamara has come on and scored.
Good wing play by Fletcher. Went past the fullback, low and hard across the 6-yard box into that dangerous area. Didn't pick anyone out, but just put it into a dangerous spot, and they couldn't clear it, Heidelberg. And T-Boy didn't make any mistake. It was a good finish, kept it low, kept his body shape correct, even though it was a little bit behind him, and he got enough power on it and direction. And with a few minutes to go now, we've certainly got a game on our hand at 1-1.
A bit of drama over at JL Murphy as well, where Port Melbourne have equalised late against Avondale, so both the sides 1 and 2 giving away leads late. Tyson Sliced it out wide.
Hasn't been a great week for Avondale with the draw away last weekend and then the cup loss. And they want to be doing something there quickly.
So it hasn't been the greatest form, as you said. Bentley Greens the week before knocked them off as well.
Yeah.
So it's
certainly making for an interesting race at the top of the table, but Heidelberg will be disappointed after going 1-0 up here and conceding there.
You wouldn't believe it. Altona have equalised too. All 3 games going into towards stoppage time are 1-1. So
it must have been the scoring time of the evening, was it?
It's either that or someone at Football 24 has put the score into all 3 games. So ball forward. Cahill, that'll be a penalty. A rash challenge in the box. And in the end, it's Heidelberg get the chance to go back in front once again late in this game, and they could be the beneficiary of all the late goals and all the late drama from around the grounds, because it looks like Chris Theodorides, who's already scored from the spot this year against South Melbourne a couple of weeks ago, will be the one to drive forward. It's just a real rash challenge, a challenge that's not really needed.
And no complaints from Jordan Hall. I think he knew he'd got it wrong, and I think classic example of stay on your feet and run the forward towards the line, and the lunge is always going to cause you grief.
And speaking of late drama, Melbourne Knights have retaken the lead against Altona.
It's all happening, isn't it?
So Theodorides to put Heidelberg United back in front. Goalkeeper versus goalkeeper. Chris Theodorides saved by Tyson. Nobody's forward. Can Tyson have a shot? He plays it long. Theodorides. He's given away a foul in midfield as Theodorides there, surely holding back a player, trying to get back into position. So Theodorides was just grabbing Gully players and throwing them to the ground as he was making his way back.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I'm assuming Jay Davies has been clever and just chopping the run there. Nothing cynical, just cutting the run to keep him away from the goals, and he probably just dragged him back. I don't think the linesman or either of the linesmen or the assistant referees, showing my age.
Well, the fourth official has had a chat.
Seen something.
So in the end, it's going to be Theodorides, I believe, will go into the book. It'll be a yellow card because it wasn't a really, as much as the goalkeeper's well out of his area, it's not really a goal-saving chance in midfield like that. So he's always going to get a yellow ticket for that, but he'll be disappointed. He's got a perfect record with his penalties until that shot then. So Heidelberg with that opportunity to win the game very, very late. Still got a few minutes plus stoppage time. This game was a later kickoff than the rest. So full time, Melbourne Knights do get that late win with a late goal in stoppage time to defeat Altona Magic. And still stoppage time in both games. Port Melbourne 1, Avondale 1. And we are level here at 1-1. Can Gully make them pay as Fletcher heads it forward? Salmon trying to turn. Can he find a teammate? He can. Kalmar in for T-Boy Camera. Now Zara. Can't control it. Davies just clears and Biles will do the same. Purcell. Falls for Cahill. And now he plays it out to Alice. Couldn't take it in his stride though. He'll get another chance to win it back. Fires it in. O'Brien can't control. Now Gully move the ball forward through Breeze. T-Boy Camera. Now Walker. Fletcher gets in the box. It's deflected and it's going to fall kindly for Theodorides. It's 3-on-3 at the back then, but the ball finds Hall. Biles.
Certainly opened up in the midfield now. It's stretched out some tired bodies and it's just end-to-end stuff. It's a bit of a lottery now.
Now it's Alice. Can he find his left foot? He can, Sean Alice! Tyson was up to the challenge and makes the save at the near post.
Well, it is. It's just become an end-to-end thing with both defences sitting on their 18-yard lines, and there's plenty of space in the midfield. And if you can get the ball to the wide men, as they did just then, you're going to have chances. And Sean Ellis cut in on his left foot, as is customary, and we expect from him. On target. Great save, actually, this late in the game by the keeper.
Another deep cross. Gully headed to the edge of the box. Noon puts it back in the mixer. Tyson will collect.
That was a really good save by Jared Tyson. Okay, along with the penalty save, he's just played a big last 5 minutes, hasn't he?
He hasn't. Also,
both keepers have had good nights.
Also, that second half, early in the second half save where Alice blasted it from pretty close range, which he was able to handle.
And the Zara header, I think.
The Zara header as well. Yeah. So Alice trying to get the better of Lampard. And then Tyson's left foot is good enough to get it clear. Salmon wins it back. T-Boy Camero holds on to it.
4 minutes.
So the board's up with 4 minutes. It's taken a deflection and will go out for a Gully corner.
It could only be a Gully corner. I'm not too sure what took so long to decide.
Just that laconic nature of Adam Bavkar, the referee, who's very casual with pointing.
Yeah. He's had a good night, the ref. He's played his part in what's been a pretty good game.
Now it's going to be Kalmar to take this late corner. Still in stoppage time, the other game, Avondale, Port Melbourne, still at 1-1. We saw that stoppage time saw the Knights get victory against Altona. Now Kalmar's cross. It's in deep. Hole was lurking, but Theodorides takes it.
Got past the first defender, which was good, but it was good height for the keeper, and the keeper did well to come for that. And he's set his team off now on another attack.
Nyanzara Walker's happy to block him off. He'll get a yellow card for that. He'll get late in this game, yeah.
It was a good professional foul. Needed to stop the momentum there.
Now they want to take it quickly. Stephen Downs is shouting in his gully to organise this wall. Everyone back defending Alex Salmon. How's the delivery? It's dangerous. It's cleared away. Salmon will get this first. Can he control it? Heavy off the chest, and the ball deflects out for a throw that's going to go Gully's way. The Cavaliers through Matthew Breeze. It's been a good year or so at Preston in State League 1 before returning to Green Gully, and now he's on the ball. Can he find a teammate into the box? Biles gets it clear. Zara turns, and here he goes forward. He drives it through the midfield. Schiavo out wide is going to have a big effort to keep that in. Just an ill-directed pass on the counter. Gives Gully the ball back.
Wasn't a great decision by Zara. Probably had 2 or 3 options and probably picked the wrong one on that occasion.
Solid challenge by O'Brien. Wins it back in midfield. Schiavo. Good tail to the back post. Just a bit too heavy.
Wasn't a bad ball at this time of the night. Defenders didn't want to be there, that's for sure. That was causing a lot of trouble. Just know it. None of the other Heidelberg forwards read that. It was a nice ball. As you said, good tail on it. Just crying for someone to come streaming in at the far post. Not to be.
Well,
is there anything left in this game?
We are in towards the last minute of stoppage time. There's been a few stoppages in this 4 minutes, so Adam Bavkar can allow a little bit more extra time. Fletcher can't win it in the air. As away, heads it out for a throw. Lampard to throw it back in. Gully with possession. Salmon, Lampard. Now Davies in midfield, overrun it. Can he open it up for one more chance for Heidelberg? Sean Ellis gets the 1-2. Plays it through, looking for Cahill. It's cut out. Lampard away, but it's going to come back in. Fired in towards the box, back post. Here's Biles, tried to cut the ball back. And T-Boy Camera will get it out for a late corner.
All hands on deck at the back for Gully. Everyone but Salmon back now in the box. This is probably going to be the last opportunity, and it's all about bodies in front of the ball now.
How's the delivery? Can Heidelberg get a late winner with this one? Purcell heads it away. Edge of the box, Ruben Way. And the referee blows full time here at Olympic Village. Green Gully, after being on top in the first half, really let themselves down in the second half. Heidelberg made the most of it, really got the game on their terms. And it was Tom Cahill who got the goal. But a goal in the final 10 minutes from T-Boy Camera and he was able to level things up with Green Gully. Cahill was fouled in the box. Goalkeeper Chris Theodorides up to take the penalty kick, and Jared Tyson made a great save from that spot. He made plenty of saves in the second half, but in the end the spoils are shared. It is Heidelberg United 1, Green Gully 1.
It was a great game. Great. Both sides from the start came out and played attacking football. Gully would have been disappointed not to be 2 or 3 up by half time, I would have thought, based on chances they had. And again, great goalkeeping by Theodorides in the first half that kept them in the game. The momentum changed, and like we said, it had nothing to do with the wind or the conditions. It just seemed to be a momentum change. Heidelberg, despite nearly going down again with that Nicky Kalmar chip that came off the crossbar, almost from that point on they took over in the midfield and created chance after chance after chance. And then it was Jerry Tyson's turn to pull off 4 or 5 saves that were really good, including obviously the penalty, but didn't look like it was the best penalty that we'd ever seen, but it still needs to be saved. But he pulled off some great saves and kept them in the game, because it could have been 2 or 3-0 to Heidelberg at any stage during late in that second half. And Gully, like we said, could they find something? And a little bit of wing play by Fletcher, got past the fullback, low and hard across the box into that dangerous area, and Kamara was there to finish it off. So I think that it could have ended up 4-4 based on chances to both sides, but 1-1 is probably not too unfair after that 90 minutes.
A great credit to the goalkeepers in this game. It was an excellent game of NPL Victoria football, and Port Melbourne have held Avondale to a draw as well. So
well done, Port Melbourne.
So it really does open it up for the Bentley Greens to make up a few points with their game tomorrow. So we hope you've enjoyed the coverage here on NPL Victoria Saturday night action from Olympic Village. It is Heidelberg United 1, Green Gully 1. My name is Chris Gleeson, and thanks, Cotsy, for joining me for the call.
Been a pleasure, Chris. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and good night.